Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be training the horse that I got for my birthday a couple weeks ago, and I'm going to be reading some unpopular opinions on StarStable. Now obviously I don't have an Instagram account or a TikTok or anything for my StarStable, but I went on to Reddit and I'm going to be reading some of those because I didn't submit like my own. So I'm going to be reading some of those. So yeah, we're going to go straight into it. So the first one says that people get way too crazy about clubs. Some of these people are out here running a dressage club like it's a sorority. Why do we need applications and interviews? Voice calls. Count me out. So for this one, I kind of have mixed feelings because clubs are such a big part of the game. Like they always have been, especially dressage clubs. I've been in many myself, and in this game they can be taken quite seriously with the whole aspect of applying and trying out, being there. Like sometimes clubs have to have those because so many people want to join that they can't just invite everyone, and they have to make sure that they're getting active members and that their members are going to be the right fit and have like all the requirements if they're a serious club. But on the other hand, there are also clubs that are quite chill and don't have those requirements. So it really depends on which club you're talking about. But I do think for a casual club, or like for casual players, I do think that some of the not riffraff, that kind of sounds like I'm downplaying it, but I'm not. All of the steps and requirements for clubs can seem like a bit much, and for a casual player I totally see how they'll think it's unnecessary. But in my opinion, I think that in a lot of cases all of the steps that these clubs take aren't silly and they're actually needed to help run their club smoother. And it also really depends on how seriously you take the game. Like some people just play for fun, but some people like dedicate YouTube channels, personal time and life, you know, like they spend hours organizing their club events and, you know, trying to create a community for people. So depending on who you are as a player, it's really going to change the value of clubs to, you know, your personal preference. Okay, the next one says, I actually kind of like the Jorvik Frisians. They're so goofy and that's one of the things I like about them. So if you didn't know, the Jorvik Frisians were released, I think, in 2020 or 2021. And the reason they're called the Jorvik Frisians and not the regular, and not just Frisians is because they got updated again. So the Jorvik Frisians, when they came out, got a lot of hate because they weren't very breed accurate, and there were a lot of like strange things about their gaits and their movements. Like their hard stop was very weird, it was not natural, and they had a very animated feel about them rather than like a majestic Frisian feel. But some people still really like them. Like me personally, I still sometimes ride mine because even though I definitely prefer the new updated Frisians, the Jorvik Frisians hold a lot of memories for me, and I think that they are kind of their own special horse. Like even though they don't really truly represent a Frisian, I think they're really beautiful to ride around on and have some fun on if you're not looking for like a perfect experience on the horse. So I guess I can say I kind of agree with this person because, I mean, I still have my Frisians and I love them. I have the Appaloosa kind of one and the black and white, not the blanket Appaloosa, but it's kind of got like white and black on its body. The next one says, I don't like Sabine or any of the dark riders. nor do I like the soul riders much either. I just don't care about the story because it's been changed so much. It's a horse game that I play occasionally for club stuff or events. So for this one, I can't really say much because as I covered in one of my videos, I did not fully pay attention to the storyline when I was playing through the game, and that is why I made a new account and that's also why I have the new StarStable Restart series that I'm currently doing. So what I can say though is I definitely like the Soul Riders. I think that they're really cool and really unique. I don't think I've seen any other game with the concept of a group of friends who are fighting the bad guys, which maybe it's just because I haven't played that many games in my life, but I think it's a really cool plot. So for this one, I think I disagree. I honestly, if I did pay attention to everything, I think I'll definitely love them a lot more than I do, but as I am replaying the game, I'm hoping to learn more about the story and be more invested in the game and what's going on. New SSO is so much better, especially the new characters. I just can't even believe the old characters look like that when I checked my old pictures. Been playing since 2012. So for this one, I started playing in 2018, so I'm not considered a true OG player, but I am I'm not an OG player, but I am an older player compared to people who started playing maybe only a few years ago. And I can say that I think that the game has come a very long way, especially with breeds and quests. People tend to complain that we don't get enough quests released, but the quality of the quests I feel has been improving drastically. If you look at the March and Gast quests, they are so cool and so detailed and so unique compared to what we used to get, or the older first quests that were released in the game. But I do think there is a need for more quests to come out because the quests are kind of what make the game engaging, and a lot of people just play for the quests. So I think I can agree with this person. A lot of people miss the nostalgic feeling of old SSO, but I don't think that necessarily means that old SSO was better. It's probably the fact that a lot of people were younger when they started playing the game and they missed that. And so they kind of mix up the feeling of nostalgia, meaning that the game was better. But in fact, if you look at what the game is now, we've got so many more events and, so many more features that we didn't have before, that I do think that the game is better now. Although that does, also on the other hand, just because it's better now doesn't mean that you'll enjoy it more now. You might have enjoyed the game better when it wasn't as good as it is now. So I think I agree with this person. The next one says, I don't think the new graphics or models look bad at all and prefer them to the old ones. I think a lot of SSO players forget that if they kept them the same forever, newer players would likely be turned away. They did it for a good reason. This person makes a really good point with the newer players because as a game, they've got to keep, they have to ensure that people are going to keep playing. They have to get new players all the time, and they have to keep updating the game and modernizing it to stay up to date with the modern world and other games. It has to stay in competition, and it can't do that if we kept the same graphics since the beginning of the game. Now, I personally do prefer the older graphics, the ground textures. I missed that, but I also think that where StarStable is now, we definitely couldn't go back to that because it would just look so out of place, and StarStable just has a new style and you got to accept that and try to find the beauty in it, because I personally didn't really like the new graphics when they came out. When places like Steve's Farm got updated and the characters were getting updated, I really didn't like it and I missed the old way that they used to look. But now I have grown to really like it. And yes, I do sometimes miss the old graphics, but if I could, I wouldn't actually change it back, because I know that it's for the best that the game looks like this, because now StarStable will be able to continue developing the game, and we're going to be able to enjoy it more for longer. This one says the community is toxic, harshly criticizing every single update, making countless posts complaining about almost every feature, then refusing to stop playing, yet still complaining. This one I agree with so much because I have seen so much hate towards this game, the developers, for things like new horses coming out or updates and quests, and the players will be really... It's okay to be critical of something, but some people just take it too far, and you've got to realize that there are real people behind this game, and this is their job. They aren't going to be perfect at it, and there are also different teams. People complain a lot that the game releases too many horses and should focus on more quests and more activities, but at the same time, there is two different teams for horse releases and quest releases. So, if you tell StarStable to release more quests, that's gonna go to the quest making team and not the horse making team. I don't even know if I'm making sense right now. I think that this community can be very toxic. Also, with the fact that there is such a reviewing component of this game, where it is a really big thing for content creators to buy and review things on this game and really nitpick at it, when I honestly don't think it is that serious. We're all individuals on this game, and we don't have to make documentaries about horse breeds and how realistic they are, how good they move, or the programming and stuff. I mean, it's just a video game, so in my opinion, I don't think we need to be critically analyzing every single thing about every single horse, and we should just be appreciating them as a whole rather than waiting for them to be perfect. And it's very hard to actually program horses, so StarStable, compared to many other games that have horses, does do a pretty good job. Also, considering people I've seen compare the way that Red Dead Redemption has done their horses and the gates and the realism of those horses to StarStable, but I think that's a very unfair comparison because Red Dead Redemption actually used motion technology. I don't know what you would actually call it, but they got real life horses and they tracked the muscle movements and that kind of stuff for their game, whereas StarStable is just programming the horses on a computer. They don't have real life horse technology to simulate the gaits of the horses or how they move. So I would definitely not compare those two games. Yeah. Next one says, I love the Clydesdales. And I agree with this one so much. I personally love the Clydesdales. The reason why some people don't like them is because they are a bit clunky. You have to keep in mind that they were a pretty early release of the Gen 3 horses, so they were still working on things like realism gaits and animations, but I think for their time they were actually really cute, so I agree. This one says, the Gen 3 horses are better than 1, 1.5 and 2. People need to let go of the old and embrace the new. And I can say that I wholeheartedly agree. I do own Gen 2 and Gen 1 horses, and I never ride them because I just don't like their styling, and also I don't have any sentimental attachment to them because I started playing in the era of early Gen 3. You could play the game and only ride the Gen 2s. So instead of, complaining about the new ones, just, ride your old ones and don't, create a bunch of backlash and hate on the new ones, because there's a team that works really hard to release these, and lots of people do love the Gen 3s, like me. Next one says, I like the new characters. So I actually don't know how I feel about these characters. When they first came out, I definitely didn't like them, I'm gonna be honest, but I think that was just because I was so attached to my old character, and I was looking forward to the character update for years, and then when it finally came out, I was kind of underwhelmed and just wanted my old girl back. But other than that, I definitely one positive about the character update is the inclusivity. Like, if you look at the skin colors and the body types, there is much more diversity, and there's also new faces. Like, you can actually represent different races, and yeah, I think that the character update was definitely needed to make the game inclusive to all. So although we may not like the styling of them completely, I think that they definitely suit the game more now. I don't care how faithful the horses are to their real life counterparts. I'm happy enough just getting beautiful looking horses that feel unique and worthy to buy. I don't agree with this one because, but I don't agree with it, but I have a point to make. Okay, so I think when SSO releases horses, specifically ones that are real life breeds, so I'm not talking about the, your vision breeds, just specifically the real life ones. Why are you releasing a fjord if it's not going to look like one? But I don't mind if it is slightly different looking. Like, if it is slightly cartoonish or not completely accurate. The next one says, people are too obsessed with buying star coins and every new horse. To me, they are just pixel horses. I don't think they are worth it for the price that SSO charges. Again, this one really depends on the player. If you are someone who really loves the game and logs on every day and, money shouldn't be a concern if it's bringing you happiness and joy. So I do buy star coins because I play the game a lot and I love it, and it brings me a lot of happiness to play this game. So I don't see it as a waste to buy the new horse, to buy star coins. Rather, it's more of an investment in my joy. But if you're someone who doesn't log on that much and, maybe only logs on for updates, or maybe you're in a club and you only log in for club events, then yeah, maybe it is a bit of a waste for you to be buying the brand new horses and star coins. But if you take a step back from the community sometimes and just enjoy playing the game without feeling the need to, have every brand new thing, you'll find that the pressure kind of disappears and you're able to, move away from the horse buying culture. Like me personally, when the Brabants came out and also the Criollos, I didn't like them, so I just didn't buy them. And that's perfectly fine. Like, you don't need the newest horse, buy the horse that you like. You don't have to have the new breed or the new coat. Okay, this one says, Camp Western is pretty boring and not that great. I really don't see the hype for its return every year. So this year was my first time playing Camp Western, and I think that I picked a pretty bad year to start. Well, not that I picked a year to start, it's just that I never logged on in previous years to play. But I can say that I do agree with this person. So far, I have not really found it that fun. There haven't been any really cool quests or activities. There aren't any tokens, which I know that in previous years I think there have been, and it's basically just dailies and races that are kind of Western themed. So I definitely agree with this person. I miss when we had to press W every couple of seconds to maintain speed. It was realistic and a cute detail, having to add some leg from time to time. Now the horses feel more like motorcycles. That's actually a really great way to put it. I totally agree with this person, but I never knew how to explain why I miss that feature, because if you think about it, it doesn't seem like a good thing to have, oh, it's more work, you have to keep remembering to press W. But at the time it was just natural and you didn't even have to think about it. You just kind of constantly press W. And even now, the older players will understand me when I say, you just automatically keep pressing W, even though your horse isn't going to slow down. Okay, so I have lost my voice pretty much now, and we got Winter to about level 12, which is really good. So we're going to end the video here. Thank you so much for watching and for making it this far into the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.